Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late night AEW Double or Nothing 2023 review. I was thinking of doing a NXT, like perhaps doing an NXT review at the same time, like a double review, but I just think that maybe it'd just be better to focus on this only AEW. Probably just in terms of video, whatever. I guess what's popping, right? I'm gonna do the NXT review, the NXT Battleground review, right after this. I'm gonna upload that perhaps tomorrow. Right now, it's like after midnight. First of all, one of my main complaints is that this show is too long. Like, why does the fucking pay-per-views have to be 4 hours? You're not WrestleMania. I mean, unless this is supposedly, again, your WrestleMania's like all out or whatever. But like the thing is, why do these pay-per-views have to be 4 hours? What, 3 hours is not enough for y'all? Like, you can't do a 3-hour pay-per-view that's like apparently good or whatever? I just thought this show was too long, and I'm sorry, kind of it hurt me from really caring. Be honest with you, from the start of the show, I did not really care much about this show due to the build. The build of this show has kind of been atrocious in my opinion, and plus there wasn't even things that I were really excited for in terms of AEW. So yeah, so that's like a big con. But does that mean the show was terrible? The show was not terrible. I will say that the show wasn't bad or the worst fucking. It wasn't the worst, show. It was not terrible, but it was not great at the same time. It was pretty boring on some parts, but then, there was some hit. It was some hit and miss. So the show was whatever. It was okay. I guess I can say the show was okay. It just felt like the things that. Imagine if all the good things happened on a Dynamite. Maybe that would have been one of the best Dynamites. This just felt like a fucking dragged out 4-hour Dynamite, in my opinion. It just felt like a Dynamite on a Sunday that just dragged out. It was a glorified Dynamite, in my opinion. Because there was a lot of stupid shit that happened, a lot of boring shit, and just stuff it's whatever, And plus, let's be honest, a lot of stuff that's gonna be considered great is gonna be overrated by smarty fans. I don't know. The show was whatever. Okay, it really was just wasn't really that exciting. But it wasn't the worst show in the whole time. So, I will say that. So the buy-in. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy. So the Hardys and Hook. They defeat Ethan Page and Lee Moriarty and Big Cass or whatever the fuck they call themselves. He calls himself now. I don't fucking know. Hold on a second. See, that's what happened apparently. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, so I gotta tell you, I was having a hard time because there's no way I'm spending $50 or $60. By the way, I'm pretty sure the way they do pay-per-views now, or the fucking pay-per-views, even for what I seen with freaking what I saw, as far as I saw for freaking Double or Nothing, the price for this pay-per-view is fucking expensive as all hell. Why are pay-per-views nowadays so expensive, or why is AEW? I just think that it's expensive for no fucking reason. Back in the day, if memory serves me right, the fucking WWE pay-per-views just cost at least $39, I believe. $40, I think. Not even 60. That was 60 or 50 something bucks. What the fuck? And you can say, oh, but why not buy if you want to try to enjoy? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna waste my $50, especially nowadays when like it or not, with the pay-per-views being on a network and you can only pay $10. It's kind of in all honesty, you can never go back now. You can never go back, especially in my opinion, WWE's quality of terms of modern wrestling is no different than AEW's modern wrestling shit. It's just AEW's more gear, indie, smarky shit, But there's no going back with that. I'm not spending $50, $60. So it was hard trying to watch this show, but it is what it is. But hey, I eventually caught up. I had to watch some highlights because literally like while I was trying to watch this show, the stream was like struggling to try to watch it or whatever. But it is what it is. So the official show started with AEW. Started with and plus I was trying to also multitasking. I was also trying to watch NXT at the same time. And I know I said also that I was not gonna be home. I was originally not, but to be fair, I'm very drained out from a Saturday. Like, there was a big Saturday thing that I did on Saturday night, so I'm kind of drained. I decided, fuck, I'll stay home and I'll just celebrate Memorial Day on Monday night. So that means I'm going to probably do Monday night, the Raw review. It's going to be, like, laid out of date. So, there you go. Anyways, let's cover this. So, the show officially started with Martha Hart. So, Tony Khan was out. It was with Martha Hart. I don't know. Listen, I get it. Like, I feel bad for, like, what happened to this woman. I feel bad for what happened with Owen Hart. But it's like, come on. Owen Hart had nothing to do with this business. But yet we're honoring a guy who had nothing to do with this fucking business. She praises, she says she's happy to be here. Apparently, like, what happened is that there was, like, remix of her of Owen Hart's old theme. He says she's happy to be in Vegas and in AEW. The opening segment, and basically the opening says the opening ceremony of the Owen Hart tournament is tonight, and Tony Khan is here to support her. Wait, what do you mean? What tournament? Like, what do you mean the opening ceremony? What do you talk? Whatever, I don't know. They basically announces, it's gonna be the Owen Hart tournament. Blah blah blah. Well, what's the point? Like, last year amounted to nothing, and then we're just gonna have another one. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Whatever. After that, then I think that was before that was before the show that started. Actually, so the official show actually started with the Blackjack Battle Royal, which Orange Cassidy retains. He's still the world champion. I'm not world champion. They're probably gonna give him the world title, unfortunately, in the future. Orange Cassidy wins the Blackjack Battle Royal to retain the International Championship. The final four were him, Pentagon, Big Bill, and Swerve Strickland, and it's like, whatever, you know. Oh no, so the Hardys and Hook defeat Ethan Page and the Guns. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. I didn't give a shit about that, unfortunately. And it's another shame, like, Jeff Hardy's back and he's wrestling in the fucking pre-show, come on. Whatever, it is what it is. See, Orange Cassidy won his Battle Royal. I mean, it was just a Battle Royal, you know what I mean? It's like, you can like it or not, it's just whatever, but it's just his jobber, so I don't give a shit, you know? The second match, this was a fucking clusterfuck, huh? Adam Cole, and this is unbelievable, okay? This is like really Adam Cole beating Chris Jericho, but Adam Cole defeats Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. And this unsanctioned match was like one of the most boring, lame, fucking unsanctioned matches I've seen. What a fucking... Was it the worst match I've seen? No, but my god, was it bad. Sabu, he did like a jump, but he fell. You know, like when he was trying to do like a table dive, he was fucking struggling. He had like a chair war with Jericho, it just looked stupid. Then Adam Cole, like, I don't know, he went through the table, sure, that was alright, you know, he went through a table with a chair from Jericho, but then for some reason, Adam Cole pulls out a chain, and he decided to proceed to have like a chain match in the same time of the match. And it's very hard, but then like, Adam Cole was trying to flip around along with Jericho, it looked so sloppy, and the match ended with, Jericho got knocked out. Because, like, fucking Cole kept hitting him. It's very brutal. Like, yeah, really, Adam Cole, this fucking twink defeats Jericho. One of the greatest of all time. The guy who beat Rock and Austin, become the Undisputed Champion, all this shit. Really? Adam Cole. And it just, like, Britt Baker came out, but then Paige, and, you know, it's like, whatever. Was it the worst match I seen? No, but my god, was that match fucking... What a fucking stupid match that was, huh? And it was unbelievable. And also, it just fucking kind of was sloppy. And there was, like, no reason for this to be on sanctioned match. It's like, they knew, okay, like, Adam Cole, he had a concussion. But yet, you're going to have him have an unsanctioned match in his first pay-per-view match, and it's like, whatever. It's like, why does this match have to be unsanctioned? Like, there was no, like, intense story to make this, like, an unsanctioned match, you know? But whatever, I don't give a fuck. Um, the third match, FTR defeats Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal to retain their tag titles. The referee Aubrey Edwards runs down to make the count when like Mark Briscoe got hurt. Um, Jarrett accidentally hits Mark Briscoe with a guitar. I think eventually didn't fucking like the referee got hit with a guitar by Karen Jarrett. I don't even know. I don't remember. The match was like, during the stream was kind of breaking up, but it's not like I didn't give a fuck really about this match. It's like whatever, you know what I mean. So it is what it is. And Jeff Jarrett, he makes Mark Briscoe angry. He's the heel, and Mark Briscoe decides to basically push Jeff Jarrett. It helped led to FTR winning. There's probably some bullshit that they lost unfairly, blah blah blah. It's like whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. Jericho and Saraya are angry backstage, and then they want to face Britt Baker and Adam Cole for Dynamite. I don't know. You can't let shit grow. I don't fucking know. Whatever. After that, there was like some camera guy got involved with it, but then he gets a fireball by Jericho. It's whatever. I will say Britt Baker. I mean, Britt Baker is hot, but Paige, she looks alright too. They're inviting my big black couch. If you're wondering why I haven't drank this cola magnificently, because I actually just use some supplements, so I can't drink it magnificently. So there you go. The fourth match, Wardlow defeats Christian Cage in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. This was definitely so far the best match of the night so far. Definitely the best match. Everything else was just shit, really. This was definitely a way better match than everything so far up until this match. Definitely one of the matches of the night, by far. A very good ladder match. Wardlow proves he can go. Even as a big guy, the guy could go in a ladder match, do flippy shit, whatever. He could do it all, So, Wardlow proved himself. He's still the champion. Christian, he did fine. Just him wrestling for whatever. But it was a good ladder match. I thought they just had to be a ladder match for their first match. I wouldn't mind again. Sure, why not have a first match? They had a first match first, and then eventually led to a rematch in this sort of style. It's fine. It's just I worry they would probably have another match after this, but whatever. Fucking Wardlow did a swanton from the ladder through the table to Luchasaurus. Christian Cage was about to climb, but then he got taken down from the ladder, and then Wardlow wins. There was they were using the ladders a lot of little spots with the ladders. Wardlow was even doing swantons, but he when Christian Cage he hits the ladders and shit. Some little spots, whatever. It was a good ladder match. High risk were going on and stuff, so I enjoyed it. It was a good ladder match. I can't really complain. It was what a ladder match is. I mean, it sounds like maybe this was a typical ladder match, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was actually a good ladder match. I enjoyed it. Arn Anderson did get involved and blah 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 because Wardlow got involved and not Wardlow, fucking Luchasaurus. But yeah, the match was fine. It was a good ladder match. I enjoyed it. Wardlow was impressive. Kind of like Jeff Hardy in a way, but hey, he was very impressive with the ladder match. I enjoyed it. He definitely went above and beyond, Then eventually, Jamie Hayter defeats, not Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm defeats Jamie Hayter to win the Women's Championship. Before it was reported that Jamie Hayter got injured and blah blah blah. They kind of make this an angle that the Outcast, they were hurting her. She was injured already, but then they took advantage and then instead of pulling off a Super Cena type of shit or some super bullshit, she actually loses the match, which I do kind of respect and kind of like that. She didn't fucking overcome the odds bullshit. So yeah, she lost. Tony Storm wins, and then, she's the new champion, and blah, blah, blah. So, there you go. They show like beforehand like Saraya and like Paige and fucking what's her stupid name? The Buzzy haircut bitch. The stupid ugly dyke. Shots, not shots. Ruby, yeah, Ruby bullshitter, whatever. Yeah, there you go. That happened. The Acclaim accepts the House of Black's open challenge. I mean, weren't there like didn't they already earn a shot? Like, what was the point of the open challenge? I mean, well, not open challenge, like the battle royal. Like, didn't the Acclaim won like a battle royal and then like. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck happened. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't fucking know. All I know is that Acclaim, they mentioned in their rap, they called Buddy a cuck for a kid named Dominic. He asks why the House of Black has no black people in it, and asks why the Blacks is allowed to do blackface with his makeup. So they kind of like, you know, they were edgy with their rap, so I liked it. You know, I thought that was good. But then the House of Black eventually defeats the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. The match was whatever. Julia Hart was kind of hot too, I'm not gonna lie. She's in my big black couch, you know what I mean there? It's Memorial Day weekend, you know? Even though I was like too drained from tonight, but hey, don't worry, tomorrow, fuck Raw, we're going out of town, ladies and gentlemen. I went out of town last night, I'm too tired. Jade Cargill defeats Taya Valkyrie. She's 60-0. But then her manager like says she could beat anybody anytime and place and us choose an open challenge. It's like, and that right there, you kind of knew that, oh wow, they're really gonna do it tonight. Like this, up until this show, the show wasn't really that great. And then they're gonna really have her lose, especially like this. Like this is a winning streak that Jade Cargill had, you know. But you're gonna end it with an open challenge right after a match. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? Like, why not build it up? You know what I mean? Why not build this up to, like, All Out 2023? You know? Or why not All In, even? Whatever. Chris Stanlander returned. She returned from her injury. And she defeated Jade Cargill like this, basically. And now Jade Cargill loses her streak. Her streak ended tonight. Like, this was not even a great show to end the show on. Like, the crowd was fucking, like, dead. And honestly, and by the way, like, up until, I think, like, the crowd, apparently this show was not sold out. Because freaking, like, they were like, what? The Battle Royal, not a lot of people were there. On the camera side, where they have, like, the show, where they have the camera, they were, like, not sold out there. So what does that tell you? Like, wow, this show was probably not sold out. I mean, maybe eventually later, I don't know, because apparently later, then they filled up. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Just all I heard, like, all I know is that, wow, this crowd, they were, like, dead for, like, a lot of shit, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But, oh, it's the crowd's fault. How's the crowd's fault for not reacting when the show's kind of boring? You know what I mean? They're like, shut the fuck up. Leave the crowd alone. It's not their fucking fault. Yeah, I'll complain about, I'm surprised they even complain about the crowd with AEW, you know what I mean? Like, how is it the crowd's fault for why not reacting? Like, come on here. But anyways, yeah, Chris Stanlander wins. Again, like, really? Like, this is what happens? I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't mind Chris Stanlander. I think she's hot, you know, invited my big black couch, even though she kind of like, what the fuck was she look like tonight? But hey. But, like, in reality, like, really? Like, this is what they do to Jade Cargill? Like, this is how they do it? This is how they end their fucking streak? Like, couldn't just end in, like, maybe, like, they could have done where Chris Stanlander, she returns here, and then you build up this match to, like, maybe, you know, I don't know, one show? I don't fucking know. You could build up to a Dynamite, you could build whatever, something, you know? Or, I don't know, I mean, that would have been too long to build to, like, all out, whatever, but, like, you could have done something where simply she could have had her winning streak here, and then eventually on a Dynamite or whatever, Chris Stanlander returns, and you build up their match, like, up until, like, All Out or All In, whatever the fuck, and that's where you could have Jade Cargill, like, win. I mean, or loses, you know? If you want to build up to some shit, but, like, I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think this is going to be a big thing. Because, like, you know, you should think, like, oh, the winner who beats fucking Jade Cargill, it'll be, like, a big transition. Heck, this could have happened in Collision, you know? You know, you could have done something. But the thing is, like, is Chris Statlander that big of a women's star to beat her? I don't fucking know. I don't care. It's whatever. Our double main event. The second to the last match. MJF won the Pillars Fatal 4-Way match. He defeated Darby Allin. He pinned him with a headlock takeover or whatever. Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy in a 4 Pillars Fatal 4-Way blah blah blah. Before this match, Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello came out. They announced that they had a child with the cue cards. Congrats to them. Darby Allin had like a weird entrance with fucking like an impersonator of Elvis. It's like whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, then after that, the match was whatever. I'll be honest with you. This match I did not care. Okay, I know people like to pretend like, oh no, those are the 4 pillars. The people who built it, whatever. My problem, I did not like the build, and I didn't really care much. It's just, let's be honest here. The show was predictable. Do you really think that MJF was going to lose this match? What also turned me off from this match is like the match, like it included like a gay spot where all the wrestlers are doing gay wrestles to each other. They're like having them like, it looked like a fucking sex position. It looked fucking gay as fuck. Okay. You don't see this like back in the day when guys like Austin and Rock and whatever, when they don't see this gay shit, you know? The match wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, the match was not bad, okay? It just was like not my cup of tea, okay? It was whatever, you know? Oh, they did some moves and shit, it's like whatever. Before this match, they showed like, a simulation of their new game. So the new game is coming out. Their AEW game is coming out finally. But like, I mean, I listen. I don't mind waiting unless they like act. But they've been losing money just putting into their game, you know. But my God, they need more work in my opinion. The game still looks fucking stiff. Game still looks like kind of like, how is Here Comes the Pain look more realistic and more like more fluid in gameplay than fucking AEW's new video game in 2023. Like, come on! It does not look good, in my opinion. Like, it really doesn't. So much money for that. Like, and this is supposed to be a game that's like N64. Like, fucking No Mercy. And it looks stiff as all hell. Like, come on. I'm sorry, but that game does not look great. It does not look great. Smarts are going to pretend this game is good. You know, AEW fanboys can pretend that game is good. Listen, can you not admit that this game does not look good? How is it, even as like a wrestling fan like myself, and I admit that fucking, you know, the W games are shit, but we're going to pretend that AEW game is better because it's like, oh, it's not simulated. It's fucking like arcadish. But the reality is, the game does not look good even for an arcade-style gameplay. Here Comes the Pain is an example of a great wrestling game, and how does that game look better in 2023 compared to this shit? Fucking shut your mouth. This game looks like fucking shit! Like, come on! But yeah, the match was whatever, okay? I know Smart's pretending this match was good, but like, the match looked like fucking, you know, like just like a little gay shit like going on, but like whatever. The match was whatever. It wasn't bad, you know, oh, they did their moves, they showcased each other, blah, blah, blah. All I thought, like, the ending was, like, more intriguing, you know, Jungle Boy was about to use the fucking belt, but he's like, you know, he couldn't give in, he doesn't want to use the belt, but then, you know, Sammy Guevara almost took advantage. But then, you know, he got knocked out of the fucking ring. Darby Allin was about to do his finisher to Jungle Boy. He does his finisher, like, but like MJF put his belt. It affected Darby, and then MJF did the headlock takeover, and that's how he won. So he wins with that. Match was kind of long, whatever, you know. Oh, it's a showcase for the 4 pillars, but in my opinion, they proved that why they were not the main event. It's a good thing this match did not main event the show. And like, if anything, it's kind of proved that it didn't make the event the show, because it was not that intriguing to be the main event. Let's be fucking for real here. This match felt like, honestly, like more like a mid-card match. You know what I mean? It honestly did. But yeah, MJF retains, good for him, and I'm happy. I guess that's good, you know. In the main event, the Blackpool Combat Club defeated. There's a lot of similarities from last year's Anarchy and Arena. So Blackpool Combat Club, they defeated the Elite, whatever it was, like Kenny Omega, Jungle, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Page. They were facing, you know, Blackpool Combat Club, including all four, which was Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli, and Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever. The match was not bad. Obviously, it was hardcore. You know, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, I liked the match. I did like it. You know, it was hardcore. There was Junction Roberts, like he said, shit's about to hit the fan. Like he should have just said it like how he did last year. Shit's about to hit the fan. I thought it was funny. You know, last year, like looking back at it, like, but yeah, he basically. So there was a lot of similarities to last year. So I'm guessing this is like what Double or Nothing's gonna be like now. It's like they're just like their sort of supposed like signature match or their signature thing about Double or Nothing. Like they're gonna do stuff like this. Which, you know, I just don't want it to be repeated. Like, oh, it's like you know, oh, a gimmick pay-per-view, like we have to require something like this, you know. But whatever, it is what it is. It was hardcore, you know. They had Jon Moxley's band. They were like performing, you know, and they were performing throughout the match until like something happened. I think the Young Bucks, they like super kicked the singer. The stream was kind of cutting off, unfortunately, when I was trying to watch this. Still, the match was hardcore, you know. I can't complain about that. It's hardcore, you know. It was fun. It's just my problem with this match, and I'm sorry, this is my problem with Mono Wrestling. The false finish is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. So many false finishes. And especially how they ended the match, you know? So many false finishes. Like, really, Yuta, a guy like him who's not like a credible main eventer, he kicks out a fucking, like, a super kick and Hangman Page's finisher. You know, you do all these false finishes, and then, like, they all kick out of it, too. It's like, it's unbelievable. It ruins those finishes, you know? And then they end the match. Okay, like, it was hardcore, you know, pile driver, all this shit, you know, all these big moves. They were using weapons, you know. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I loved it's hardcore. You know, I liked it. The match ended with, like, okay, it was like Don Callis, he came out. He was in the match. Well, not in the match, but he was, like, on commentary. But then he went on to try to help the Blackpool Combat Club against not Jericho, Omega. But then Omega, he turns attention to Don Callis. But then, somebody attacked him, you know, someone out of the match. He was covered in black. People were thinking it might be CM Punk. You know, which I think, like, why not? You know, why not take advantage of what happened in real life, turn into a storyline, right? Nope. Let's just have a Japanese guy that no one really gives a fuck about besides Smarks that pretend to care. And he's gonna, and then this could lead to Kota Ibushi coming to AEW. Shut up. Kansuke Takeshita, whatever, that guy. He was like, he was like knocked out by the Blackpool Combat Club. But it's a swerve. He's joining them. Some bullshit. Because Don Callis, he's friends with him and blah blah blah. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, when you think of a big heel turn, it's gonna be a big heel turn with like a returning star, a star who's like credible, like who's been part. Sure, he's been part of the story, but it's like he's been part because of some stupid shit. Like, we don't know who the fuck this guy is, and like, some bullshit with him and Don Callis. Like, who gives a fuck? I'm sorry, who gives a fuck? Like, this is like saying like, you know, it's like fucking, like the NWO, they're facing fucking Team WCW, whatever. Actually, take that back. Let's say if fucking you were to do, you know, the NWO forming, but it's not Hulk Hogan, right? Let's say instead of Hulk Hogan, it's like the Great Muta. Let's be for real. It's like the Great Muta. Like, do you guys not understand what I'm saying here? Like, I'm sorry, but this was not big enough. Like, really, it would just make more sense to have CM Punk in all honesty, especially based on like what's going on. Like, it can't be CM Punk. Like, why not? Especially that would bring in some tickets. That would bring in intriguement. Like, why not CM Punk? Why is it fucking Takeshita? Like, give me a fucking break. Like, this is just Smarky booking at its finest. A Japanese guy that no one fucking knows besides Marks. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, whatever. Fucking whatever, okay? Whatever. You did what you did. Okay, whatever. That happened. It is what it is, okay? The match was still good, but it's like, whatever, you know. But really, Takeshita? Like, come on, take a shit out. Like, this just took, like, that's just a big dump. It's just like, what a sour taste in your mouth. And after the match, he chokes Kenny and, you know, whatever. It was, like, also such a weak finish. Like, some stupid kick, like, to Omega, and that's how he loses. Like, after all the false finishes throughout the fucking match. Whatever. The match was still fine, but it's, like, really, that's how you ended it. Overall, the show was whatever. The show was okay. It is what it is. Wasn't, like, a great show, but it was whatever, you know. Wasn't that intriguing. Sure, the filler pillars, it was fine. It was just fine. The main event was way better. It was good, but it was like whatever. The ladder match was good. Chris Downer was like, you know, her coming back was fine. The Jericho match was fucking, what the fuck was that? But compared to everything else, it was like kind of like better, but it's like, you know, because it's unsanctioned, but it was like, wow, did that match turn out to be a fucking flop, huh? It was not that good. And the Battle Royal was whatever. I mean, looking back, the show was like, you know, it's whatever, right? It's just like, sure, if it was happening on a Dynamite, it would be like a way tolerable Dynamite. You know, I mean, especially if you take all the good stuff that happened on this show, all the stuff that deem as passable, if it happened on a Dynamite, it would probably be one of the best Dynamites, in my opinion. But this was like a more dragged out, glorified Dynamite, if anything. Like 4 fucking hours and whatever. So that's my opinion. The show was okay. It was whatever. That's Double or Nothing for you. I don't know. It was okay. Okay, I'm just tired. That's Dynamite. It just, again, it felt like a Dynamite. Alright, that's not to say people who gives a shit about the Takeshita. Okay? And who gives a shit about all these gay smarky fucks and fuck Adam Cole gay. Really beating jerk. Come on, give him. That's just fucking retarded and gay. Yeah, that was the show. It is what it is. What happened. Kind of dragged out. A lot of matches were also too long for the sake of being long. Kind of like, you know, drained me a little bit. That's all to say. I'm just keep real. Get your games, drink your colas. My knees, spy me, bitches go. Oh shit. That's all to say. Till next time. Peace. Yes. Yeah. Bye. Take care, everybody. Happy Memorial Day weekend, and God bless our veterans. Overall, the show's whatever.